April 29th, 2020. Do not adjust your screens. It is Superdan dealing in the desert, Santa Claus edition. No, I'm kidding. I am joking. Yes, I'm growing out my beard a little bit, but why not? Because Superdan has been furloughed from work since March 15th. Me and all the other casino employees, minus a very few on the Strip. The Strip is closed. It is still closed. Governor Steve Sisolak is very apprehensive about opening up, with some good reasons. There is a little controversy about it, but he is slowly opening it up, and I emphasize the word slowly. He's expected to talk about phase one today, which is April 29th, April 30th. And phase one will not result in the casinos opening. So it's just waiting and waiting and waiting, I guess. Now, if you don't know, Superdan is a poker dealer. So right now, all the poker dealers, at least in Nevada, are out of work. And we may be the last in line when things do open up again, for whatever reason. To me, if they're going to open up a roulette table and a craps table and, you know, all the other tables, what's the difference of opening up a poker table? I don't get it. But I am pretty confident that they will eventually open them up again with some strict guidelines of cleaning and some distancing between players. But I think that'll last for a certain period of time. And eventually it'll be phased into a normalcy. And that's the way I envision it to go down. But it's going to take a while. I am hoping that by June 30th I will be pitching cards again, because what happens after June 30th is that our company will no longer pay any of our benefits. Right now they're only paying for medical. And that's it. But at June 30th, they don't even pay for medical. So, you know, it is what it is. Argue whether or not we should have stayed open, should have stayed closed. Sweden kept their country open, and their deaths were a slight uptick. The question is, when is it acceptable? Losses. That's a big question, right? Because there are no guarantees in life, right? I mean, what car deaths resulting from car accidents in North America is what, about 30,000 a year, I think, approximately. You know, it's just you know, you could argue even one death is too many, but at that, you know, it's like what Superdan always used to say, you know, we could tie everybody up to a tree and have crime go to zero, but what kind of life is that, right? I think at some point we're just going to have to buck it up and open. You know, what else is there going to be? Just a crash of the economy, and people are going to stay home and collect their socialist welfare checks for the rest of their lives? That doesn't sound like a very good life, in Superdan's opinion. You know, when we were born, there were no guarantees, right? And it's amazing that we're even here. The odds we're totally against it, so congratulations for that. So, what has Superdan been up to? I've been working on a 2,000-piece puzzle, and I kind of got sidetracked and haven't really worked on it much in the last couple weeks. I did upload part one of that puzzle, and I've been very slow in doing part two. I just, you know, me and a lot of people right now just feel a little unmotivated to really do much. You know, it's a very strange time we're living in right now. Very strange time, and Superdan's still getting used to it, because, you know, I worked my whole life, and all of a sudden having to file unemployment and getting government checks, that is not something Superdan thought was in his life, and now I find myself in that situation, mostly to feed my family. So, you know, I don't like it. I don't like it. I can see how some people might like it, but Superdan doesn't like it. I like to be my own boss. I like to make my own money. But sometimes we're forced to do things in this life that we don't really want to do, and that's life. I've been playing a lot of backgammon. I've been playing online. I've been playing, started to play cash tournaments online with Prime Point Chicago Backgammon Club and Chicago Open Backgammon Club. Seems that the Chicago boys have really taken the reins on that side of things. And it's been fun. I did well on the first tournament, and I didn't even cash, which is the funny part. But the first one I played was 2 Sundays ago, and it had 36 backgammon players, and I paid top 3. Double elimination, so there was 2 brackets, a main bracket and a consolation bracket. Typically, in a double elimination, the winner of the consolation bracket goes to play the undefeated winner of the main bracket, and then the consolation winner has to win twice, or the person without a loss just needs to win 1. That's not it. This is kind of 2 separate. This is not a true double elimination. It's like 2 tournaments, and how they pay out is the winner of the consolation and the finalists of the main. So top 3. Well, I got to the semis in the main bracket, and we made a deal where a loser will get $50, because obviously the way they pay it out, if you lose in the semis, you may not get anything. He agreed, and I lost, so I got $50 for that. It's a $30 buy-in, by the way. 9-point matches. So then I go into the consolation bracket, which is a 7-point match, and I go to the finals. And how they pay out in the finals of the consolation is $216 for first, nothing for second. Nothing. So I made a deal with the other guy that, why don't we just split it almost in half? Winner will get 116, loser gets 100. He agreed. I end up losing in a very close match, and I got 100 for that. So for not cashing and walking out with 150, that was pretty good. Then I bought him for $30 the next Sunday, and things just weren't working for me. I won 1 match and lost 2, and I was out. I misclicked, and all you people that might play poker online and stuff understand the danger of misclicking. At the worst possible time, in a 9-point match, I was up 7-6. I misclicked, doubled to 2. He was ahead in the race. He took and redoubled and won. So, my mistake. Then in the consolation, I was playing a match, and all of a sudden we got word about possibly having a dog. And we went into this frenzy of cleaning up the house, and it ended up that they canceled on us. But I was trying to play backgammon on my phone and clean up the house. It didn't work very well. And not taking away anything from the other guy, but I couldn't concentrate as much as I wanted to. But I ended up losing that match. So now I'm playing a tournament, and it's the second day. It's a Swiss format, which means it's not a bracket format. It's a Swiss format. Basically how it works is you play 8 to 9 matches. If you lose 3 times, you're out. It's called triple Swiss. Lose 3 times, you're out. If you lose once or twice, you keep playing. And you just keep playing until you get 3 losses. And that was a $50 buy-in, and it pays, I think, top 5. And that's what I'm playing right now. And I was thinking of trying to stream, or at least record, my match that's coming up. I didn't really think about it before, but I think I'd like to stream some of these matches, because some of the names on this tournament I'm playing right now are top players in the world. I'm talking about Victor Askenazi. I'm talking about Ray Fogerland. I'm talking about Michi Mochi from Japan. I don't know. I can't even pronounce his name, but another world class. And Rory something. I can't remember his last name. But a lot of great players are playing right now. So that's kind of like what's happening. Nothing too interesting. I'm just, I'm just taking it day by day like everybody else. But I wanted to let you all know I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still just taking care of everybody day by day. And that's about it. So hopefully you might see some streams coming up. Or not, they won't be live. They'll probably be pre-recorded, but some streams of me playing some of these matches. All right, well, take care of one another, and we will get through this. This will pass. Cheers.